Next, it was time for the host and the director's interaction. The host asked him a few questions about alluring times. Having attended many conferences like this, the director was particularly skillful with his answers. He emphasized the TV series' strongest points for everyone, and then chucked a few enticing thoughts to build suspense. Then the host interacted with the cast with questions also about alluring times, such as questions about their characters, their personalities, who they were partnered up with, and their brief thoughts on their characters. Of all the actors present today, besides Kiao and Hao, they'd filmed many other movies, so they were very natural and relaxed, as though they were talking with friends during their interview. Kiao and Hao was a little nervous, but before the conference, she was told how to skillfully answer the questions, so as to not make any careless mistakes. The conference ended promptly at 6 o'clock. After the actors signed their alluring times poster and posed for photos for the media, the two main couples Song Xiangsai and Chen Yan, Lu Jinyan and Kiao and Hao were separated into two different rooms for interviews. The other actors and the director stayed at the conference to answer questions from other media outlets who didn't have interview opportunities. Kiao and Hao and Lu Jinyan were arranged to be interviewed in the hotel's penthouse suite. When the two of them reached it, the interviewer in charge hadn't arrived yet. The room was specifically decorated with 3 European armchairs, a round glass table, and in front hung a poster of alluring times with Lu Jinyan and Kiao and Hao on it. There were some fruit, a bottle of red wine, and 3 bottles of mineral water on the round table. The service staff that escorted Lu Jinyan and Kiao and Hao in gave them 3 tall glasses of red wine, then left the suite. The two of them were left in the suite alone. Kiao and Hao, who had stiffened up to keep up her composure, completely relaxed at that moment. As though she'd lost her bones, her body sat limp on the sofa. Her head casually tilted, and coincidentally, she glanced over at the tie clip on Lu Jinyan's chest that she had gifted him. Lu Jinyan stood not too far away from the floor-to-ceiling windows. The orange, setting sun shone through the glass and landed on his chest, reflecting a piercingly bright light from the small diamonds on the tie clip. Kiao and Hao quietly looked at it for a few seconds, before moving her eyes away. That was when she noticed Lu Jinyan looking unwaveringly at her. With the shining light of the setting sun on him, a layer of gold enveloped his body, making him look completely majestic. Kiao and Hao only sneaked a glance, but that was enough to make her breathing go unsteady. She hurriedly lowered her eyes, to avoid his line of sight. The suite seemed exceptionally quiet. Kiao and Hao stared at her meticulously polished nails for a moment, then, as though she had remembered something, she lifted her eyes. She stared at Lu Jinyan and asked, "Are your injuries all healed now?" Lately, the set had been quite busy, so the two of them didn't have much time to talk, nor did she have time to ask. "Yeah." Still staring at Kiao and Hao, Lu Jinyan spoke in an elegant and neutral voice, but his eyes, they had clearly become more gentle.